It's getting a bit harder to sit down. Ooh. Okay, I hope I'm not looking too big and fluffy. Hi and welcome back. If you're new here, hello. I'm Jenny and I make stationery, art and I guess lifestyle videos here on YouTube. So I started a pregnancy / baby series. It's my first pregnancy and I've already made a video about trying for a baby and how we found out. Now let's talk about the first trimester, which is typically when we find out that we're pregnant up until 13 weeks. And if you're interested in a particular topic, I have time-stamped this video in the description below. After finding out, I called the GP, then the midwife contacted me to make the first appointment, also known as the booking appointment. The booking appointment usually happens around week 8 of pregnancy. They take blood, they check weight, they check my family / past medical history. They book the second appointment straight away, which is also known as the dating scan. Now the dating scan is very, very special. This is the first time that we get to see our baby through the screen. This usually takes place around week 12 of pregnancy. So thankfully I documented that day. There's nothing like a real reaction, right? We are in the car at the moment. I'm outside the hospital and I'm about to get my first dating scan. We are still in COVID lockdown. John unfortunately cannot be here today. He's not allowed to come to the appointment. I'm really nervous. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to it when it has popped up in my head. I just want to be realistic and I want to stay calm but not be too disappointed if something does not turn out for the best. Maybe there's nothing in there, who knows? But this is going to be the first day. I'm going to find out whether I've got a baby in me or not. Hopefully hear a heartbeat and hopefully everything will be healthy. Let's go. Okay, so just come back from the scan. I thought I was 11 weeks and 6 days pregnant, but I'm actually 10 weeks and 4 days pregnant. And I actually got to see like the baby and the heart beating. Everything looks normal and healthy, which that is the one thing that I was like really hoping for. A tear went down my eye. Oh, no twins, just one baby in there, which is great. To actually see it in the scan, it's so real. It's confirmed it's not just fatty tissue. It's not just me being paranoid, or it's not just me, you know, feeling ill for no reason. There is actually something in there, and I've actually got some scans as well, so I'm going to show you that now. Oh my god, it's crazy. It's an actual baby. There's like the head there, and this is like, yeah, the bottom part, like the legs and stuff. The lady who did the scan, she was like, oh yeah, it's just holding its hand up like this at the moment. And then she also did another scan. So this is a scan from it upwards. That's the head, those are the arms, and that's the belly area. Oh my god. These scans are really hitting home right now. Yeah, when I saw its little heartbeat, I was just like, oh my god. It's about 3 centimeters. It's really shocking. We shall see what happens now. We're still in that first trimester where we're still not sure whether baby's gonna, you know, be okay. So I think it's best to still keep it under wraps until I hit my 13th week. So they're not able to do like the screening test because it's just too early at the moment. So I've got another appointment in 2 weeks time. They will take my blood test to test for Down syndrome and make sure that everything is okay. But to actually know and have confirmation it's there, it's just, I just don't believe it. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Before we actually roll into the official 12-week dating scan, let's have a little chat about my appetite. Now, I don't know why they call it morning sickness, because it doesn't happen only in the mornings, it happens throughout the whole day. Luckily, I've only been sick once, and that's because I consumed too much water. So most of the time I just feel more nauseous than sick. Now, if you see my travel videos, or if you know me, you know that I'm a foodie. I love my food, and I swear after 2 weeks of finding out that I was preggers, I already wanted to give birth because it was getting in the way of my food. So when you're pregnant, there's quite a few things that changes in your appetite. Firstly, I'm not allowed unpasteurized cheese, which kind of means no brie, no blue cheese, no soft cheese. I wasn't allowed raw meats, so that would have meant no sushi, no sashimi, no rare beef. I was banned from runny eggs, shellfish, and I had to limit my caffeine, which includes tea, coffee, and Coke. So the look, smell, and taste of most vegetables was a killer. I'm talking about broccoli, spinach, mushrooms, and also I feel like anything flavored and saucy made me heave as well. Think pasta dishes like spaghetti, carbonara, lasagna, shepherd's pie. Oh, pie! Now, if you've seen my previous video, you know that I already was put off with the taste of coffee, so I didn't like cream soda either. And during winter season, I love my coffees, and it was a real shame to miss the eggnog latte from Starbucks, which is a tradition of mine. And finally, anything chicken was a no-go. So no Nando's, no KFC. However, there was one exception, which leads me to my cravings. Now, I noticed I was heavily influenced by TV, and on a side note, during this time my body just felt really tired, weak, drained, which meant a lot of K-drama binging and just movie watching. After watching so much K-drama and them promoting their Korean fried chicken, I just had to have it. However, when I did order it, I just wasn't into it at all. Those were the type of influences that my body and my mind was taking. For example, movie-wise, Forrest Gump. I had to get myself a box of chocolates in the end. Basically, I was rejecting mostly organic food. I was more into the processed, man-made junk food, carby food. This includes toast, butter and ham. I was like on toast for like a whole week. Give me the croissants and sausage rolls, spam and frankfurters. I was craving sour sweets, chocolate fudge cake. Also, when I'm choosing crisps, I normally choose like the flavored ones. Ready salted will be the last on my list, but during this time, ready salted was on the top of my list. And there was a point that I was into salted vinegar Snacker Jacks. I will be chomping a whole big packet of those in one day. Speaking of crisps, I still enjoyed my potatoes. I'm talking about salted chips, salted crisps, mashed potatoes, boiled potatoes, jacket potatoes. There was like a whole week that I was literally just eating jacket potatoes with tuna, canned tuna, jacket potatoes with butter, jacket potato with cheese, jacket potato with baked beans. Just give me the potatoes. In fact, I actually felt like a potato. Because as I mentioned already, I was feeling nauseous. I only wanted junk food. I was just sitting there on the sofa, just binging TV. It was just not a fun time. I felt like an unmotivated, greasy potato. And I couldn't even take a hot bath because apparently that kind of cooks the baby. Now, to make matters slightly worse, my sleep pattern got interrupted because I needed to wake up to pee in the middle of the night, and Worst thing of all, I could not sleep on my front anymore, snuggling into that pillow. No. When you're pregnant, you need to start training yourself to sleep on the side because you don't want to squash the baby. Okay, now that's out of the way, let's roll the official 12-week dating scan, shall we? So now I have actually hit my 12th week and I am going to do a scan again. Hopefully I can film just like the baby with the heart beating. These are like the only slots that we get to actually see the baby. Let's have a look then, shall we? Mask on, got my baby folder, let's go. Righty-o, so I have just had my 12-week scan on 12 weeks and 4 days at the moment. They took some blood tests. Sonographer said it was okay, everything looked normal. I guess we won't know like the full information until probably the next midwife appointment. The point of today's scan is to double check, yes, it's growing normally. It's got 2 legs, 2 arms, got its fingers. Yeah, when the sonographer first scanned, the baby was actually upside down, so it was like leaning towards like the floor, and then it was just like moving around. Sonographer was saying, oh my god, it looks like it's got hiccups, it just keeps on wiggling around, swimming around, like flipping. And we were in there for a little while just trying to get to those measurements right. Yeah, and I've got some photos as well. I'm really excited. I think out of all 3, I'm going to show you the best one because the other ones you can't really see what's actually happening. So the ones that I have at the moment, it actually looks like this. This is apparently like the hand. You can see the fingers here. There's 4 fingers and the thumb. You got the head, and yeah, it's amazing. I think every time I go in to kind of like see the baby, I kind of like get a little bit so sweet. She was like, oh, it's gonna be a troublemaker, it's so active, what have you been eating today for lunch? Just couldn't stop wiggling around. So that's really great to hear. I'm really happy to hear it's moving around and being very active. I did say whether we can see the gender or not, because I am interested and I want to prepare for the gender and, you know, like choose a name. But to be honest, for me and for John, we don't care whether it's a boy or a girl, as long as it's healthy. Yeah, we really don't mind. Can't wait to show John like the updated scans. Now, before I show you some baby bump photos, I thought I would share a couple of things that I have been doing in the first trimester for the pregnancy. To start, I changed out the folic acid vitamins that I was taking that I mentioned in the first video and changed it up with pregnancy vitamins. Just in case you're interested, this is the one that I've been using. The next thing I did, I bought bio oil and I started to rub that on my belly overnight, every night. Now, this is actually a task that my other half has taken over. I just thought it would be a really nice bonding experience, considering that I'm actually growing the baby. By him applying oil onto my belly, he's able to kind of like see and get in contact with the growth, I guess. I don't know, any excuse for a free oil massage, right? So we also downloaded a baby podcast and some pregnancy apps. There's plenty of free ones out there, but the one that I've bumped into and downloaded first was called Baby Center. I really enjoy this app. There's a community of moms there. It gives me an update every week telling me where I am at, how big is my baby, how is it developing, how my body's changing, and in general it gives me tips and advice. I just feel like I've got a midwife on the other side of the phone 24 hours and it's for free. Another thing that I did was pelvic floor exercises, because who wants to be loose down there? Let's just be real here. Who wants to be loose down there? This wouldn't be labeled as a stationary art / life type of channel if there wasn't some journaling involved. The final thing that I did was start a pregnancy journal. This is where I kind of jot baby names in. I stick scraps and photos that I've collected throughout the week because I'm a bit of a paper hoarder, and I jot down experiences and thoughts. It has certainly been a roller coaster ride, and having a space where I can just write freely and just express those emotions has definitely helped. Though they are mostly positive thoughts, it has crossed my mind the responsibility and the commitment that we're about to embark and take on, which ultimately leads to goodbye freedom and goodbye old self. It is a life-changing event, something that I had to get my head around a little while. Probably still not really fully over the hurdle. I guess that's why we have 9 months to kind of like use this as a transition from your old life to your new life. And it is this life-changing event that has made me feel even more grateful and happy. I persisted to pursue my travel dreams, to backpack around the world, wandering aimlessly and without a time limit. It was something that I did for me and myself only before committing to something so serious like this. Now that I'm settled, I have set a few project goals so that I can live a creative lifestyle. And I just wonder how my baby is going to kind of affect that time. Well, there's only one way to find out. Subscribe and join the journey. So, to wrap up this video, here is the photo of my baby bump. This is what it looked like at the time. Yeah, I know, it's more of a food belly than an actual baby bump. So it's been really good to catch up. I really hope you enjoyed that recap with me of the first trimester. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have an awesome week, stay safe, take care, and goodbye.